Hello YouTube and welcome to yet another build highlight video of mine. This time I'm gonna feature yet another hashtag dead build. Well, not because the build got nerfed to death, but because I managed to die again in a very, well, embarrassing manner. But nevertheless, I believe the build can do better than what I did with it. And also I wanna show you like what the build is about, and also show you some highlights of when the build was still alive. As with all of my dead builds, I can unfortunately only show them to you in Grim Tools. Well, here we have the Vindicator. This is the Raka'Jax Electrocute Vindicator, and it's played around like Raka'Jax, the weapon. This is like the main thing that you have to have for this build. And then I was using the 4-piece Lights Defender set to give us like bonuses to Stormbox and the Storm Totem as well. So first of all, as always, let's check out the skills here. So we are a two-hander, right? So we have like 1-pointers here and here, just for the value. Then also Promise Strike is kind of like one of my main electrocute abilities here. I don't really care too much about the first part of Promise Strike. I would care about this if Raka'Jax actually had flat electrocute damage, but it doesn't, so I don't know, it's kind of whatever. So yeah, we just use this for like the electrocute damage, and electrocute damage on Promise Strike is actually on Storm Surge here, last note here, and also we get 600 flat electrocute damage over 3 seconds from Raka'Jax itself. So yeah, these two add up to like 1.5k electrocute. That's like electrocute source number 1. Then also we have Storm Totem, which, well, deals some electrocute and lightning damage, and you can just drop this and, well, it will like attack by itself all the time, right? So that's another like nice electrocute source. And then also we have Maelstrom. This one deals 744 electrocute damage over 2 seconds. Also some flat lightning, and then we have some electrocute over here, 128 to 158 on Howling Wind, like on the base of Wind Devil. Really nice as well. And then on top of that, you're also using the Savagery line as a filler. This has some electrocute over here on Storm Touched, but we're mostly using those to like gain some physical resistance and also to gain OA and DA. I mean, obviously we also soft cap Raging Tempest for the 35% elemental resistance reduction, and we take some like 1 point here and then soft cap to Heart of the Wild and hard cap to Oak Skin here, like basically any shaman should do, right? I mean, you should at least soft cap Oak Skin, soft cap Heart of the Wild, and like 1 point here. You should never overcap this, and you can overcap this in certain situations, like this build where you need like the Pierce and Aether resistance. As you can see here, we need us to like properly overcap those two. Yeah, that's it for Shaman. I first tried to use like Stormcaller's Pact as an exclusive, but I mean, who would have guessed Aura of Sanger is the better exclusive also in this case. It's just better, right? So yeah, the second mastery is Inquisitor, using a 1-pointer in range expertise just because we have a ranged weapon, and we don't really need the attack speed, but like 1 point here for 8% attack speed means we can like get off our Savagery stacks a little bit faster, and also attack with that Promise Strike a little bit faster as well, so that's pretty nice. And then this is where we have like our, basically, this is our main ability actually. Stormbox of Algoloth, I would say, is the main ability of this build. Because not only does it have like pretty nice lightning, electrocute damage, and also reduces enemy DA, it also has additional electrocute and lightning damage over here in the Lightning Tether. And also both Raka'Jax and the amulet I'm using, and also the Light Defender set, gives us some nice bonuses here as well. Like 145 lightning damage, 600 electrocute damage over 3 seconds, and like 20% lightning resistance reduction on top. Then we have Deadly Aim soft capped, as just like any Inquisitor should, right? Nothing new here. Word of Renewal hard capped for the DA and heal. Vigor 8 out of 10 here. Pretty nice flat HP, and also 8 out of 10 is pretty nice when it comes to CC resistances for Freeze, Petrify, and Entrapment. Also 8 out of 10 Steel Resolve. You could put these two up to 10 out of 10, or like put this to 10 out of 10 and this to whatever, like more or less. Maybe like pull some points from Heart of the Wild to get there, or pull some points from Oak Skin to get there. But in my case, I believe this was pretty nice. And yeah, I like it like this the most actually. Inquisitor Seal. I kinda don't like Inquisitor Seal on this build actually, because well, Inquisitor Seal requires you to stand still, and with a build like this, you kinda wanna kite, because of like Stormbox, Promise Strike, Wind Devil, Stone Totem, right? You just wanna run around, like maybe hit that savagery every now and then as well. But it still helps sometimes if you have to stand your ground, huge absorption. I mean, it is one of the best skills that Inquisitor has, and also you have 18 points here. Aura of Censure gives us, well, 34% elemental resistance reduction here, 18% all damage reduction onto the devotions. So for devotions, I was not gonna go for Spear of the Heavens, because like ideally you don't wanna get hit, right? But as this is a electrocute build, or like caster build, Reckless Tempest is really good here. Like I would honestly only pick Reckless Tempest on a caster, but not on a like default attacker lightning build at all anymore. But it's pretty good for casters. Like if you play default attack, ranged you kind of want like Dying God and Revenant. If you play melee, you also want Spear of the Heavens, right? But for caster, Reckless Tempest, I believe, beats both of those. Also, we're using Ultos, because, well, we don't really use that much weapon damage, and like Promise Strike does have weapon damage, so Wiper would be okay for like applying this resistance reduction here. But I mean, Ultos is a really nice proc for casters, so yeah, we're using Ultos here. Also, we're using Elemental Storm instead of Revenant. I mean, Revenant got nerfed in the last patch. This build is actually from patch 1.1.4, like I played this on 1.1.4.2. It would still probably do about the same on the current patch, like none of these skills actually got changed around at all. So yeah, this should be just as good on the current patch as on the last patch. Yeah, we're using Elemental Storm here because of the higher resistance reduction, and also because this gives us an additional electrocute damage, and also mostly because, well, we don't need the attack speed or casting speed here, right? Because we are basically electrocute caster, so we rotate between different skills. We need CDR or like just electrocute duration. We don't need casting speed or attack speed. Then we got the Twin Fangs. The Twin Fangs is basically our main heal ability, because we don't like rely too much on weapon damage. We don't use Ghoul here. We also, yeah, like we are a caster, so Twin Fangs is like the best thing to take as a caster. Also, Twin Fangs drops like procs like stupid with Stormbox of Elgoloth, and that thing deals piercing and vitality damage. But the thing is, our belt converts vitality to lightning, so yeah, this deals some like lots of lightning damage now as well, and because of that, heals us a lot. Quinn, just a filler to like get green and purple devotions, like affinity. It's pretty good though for a filler. Bard's Harp and Chariot. Now these two are a little bit questionable, but I think they fit here pretty nicely. Harp for like OA, DA, and energy, and then like Chariot for, well, OA and DA on the proc as well. Some cunning, stun resistance as well. Because like stun resistance is not the greatest here actually on Vindicator, like when you don't use Stormcaller's Pact. Watcher, like okay, Watcher got nerfed this patch actually. This is down to 4% now from 5%. So maybe you could use something else, but also Watcher synergizes really well with Bard's Harp and also with Ultos. Like you need 10 blue for Ultos, just like for Watcher. And also you need 3 yellow for Harp, so this gives you 2 more yellow for the Harp. That's pretty nice. Mantis is just a filler. This is like okay because it has physical resistance. Other than that, it doesn't fit the build at all, it's just for affinity here. But yeah, Widow. A must-have, mandatory for any lightning build. Yeah. Really good, you have to absolutely have it. Alright, let's also talk about the gear. So for gear, as I said, the main weapon here, like the main item that we play around is Raka'Jax. This is basically build defining in this case. Note that you can play Electrocute Vindicator without Raka'Jax, there are like other ways to play it. I just wanted to try out Raka'Jax. Yeah, like make a Raka'Jax Vindicator. I would say that generally this Raka'Jax version is probably a little bit worse than the non-Raka'Jax version. But the Raka'Jax version makes it a little bit interesting because you can also use Brute Force, you can also use Promise Strike as like a different source of electrocute on top. I just personally like it a lot, but it might not be the best overall, generally. Also, one Glyph of the Storm Witch and one Glyph of Kel'Thuzad Zoth. Like, if you're fine capping your... I think I'll use these to like cap the skulls and also for resistances mostly. You can use either 2 of those or 2 of those depending on what you have or depending on which fits better your personal build, depending on what resistances you have. In my case, I use 1 of each because they fit this way the best. But yeah, ideally you probably want like 2 of these over 1 of like 2 of these. But I'm not really sure actually, like it depends a lot on like your other gear. For the amulet, we got the Aetherbolt Pennant. This is like the best for Stormbox, like the Stormbox Pennant basically. You can use a Conduit of Wild Whispers as well to like get better uptime on your raging, like your Wind Devils or your Storm Totems. That's another option, definitely. But yeah, I chose this pennant because at least on the last patch. Oh yeah, that's one thing that also got nerfed, obviously. Stormbox got nerfed, right? So Stormbox getting nerfed on this patch probably makes this build a little bit worse than last patch. Yeah, but Stormbox should still be pretty okay, I guess. I'm not quite sure. Also, this build doesn't only rely on Stormbox, right? You have like 3 different skills as well for electrocute. So this build might not be gotten hit as big as like some other builds. So yeah, hopefully it's still okay. Yeah, but then also we got the Light's Defender set, right? This is pretty nice for any kind of lightning electrocute Vindicator, caster Vindicator, heavy armor set on a caster, always pretty nice. Gives you like some nice bonuses to Stormbox of Elgaloth here, 25, 120 on the 4-piece, like bonuses to Storm Totem and yeah, Stormbox, pretty nice. And then also using the Storm Cage Leg Guards and Storm Bearers to max out Maelstrom. Like Maelstrom is actually lots of damage. Lots of like electrocute and flat lightning damage. And you kinda want to max this out whenever you're playing a electrocute, or like a caster Vindicator basically. And yeah, for that you need these leg guards and these boots most of the time. Mark of the Shadow Queen, really nice because it gives you +2 Aura of Sanger. Meaning, well, 2% more resistance reduction and 1% more reduction to enemy damage. Eye of the Storm. Yeah, really good. Medal for like any lightning shaman as well. You can go for some other relics here like Serenity. For example, like you don't need the attack speed and casting speed here. Maybe that's one of the reasons why this character died, because I had no Serenity, right? That might have been the case. And then also we got these Brandis, this Brandis belt here. Now we use this because of the Vitality to Lightning conversion. So we actually only use this because of Twin Fangs. And we use Twin Fangs, well, because other than Twin Fangs, sustain is not the greatest on this build. And Twin Fangs helps a lot with sustain. To like actually gain more benefits from Twin Fangs, we also have to convert the Vitality to Lightning damage, right, so that we actually get some decent heals from that, from Twin Fangs. You can use like the Aether to Lightning conversion +1 Shaman belt here if you have some other means of sustain for some reason. But I didn't really find that to be better. Also, I mean, it doesn't really, like, you see this build, right? This is not anything crazy good, it's just vigorous of attack. I mean, this is okay, this is like double magic prefix only. But the double magic prefixes are okay, like it's HP and it's offensive ability, so it's kind of always useless. I mean, always useful. For any kind of build. Also for this build. If you have, I mean, but you can like easily get a better belt than this, right? And also a belt like this is not too hard to get. And even if you have like no prefix or suffix at all, like let me take those out. Just default chains of, wait. Like this, right? Just the default belt alone would also be good enough for my resistances, right? I mean, I would lose some HP and some OA, but other than that, this is also working already. Right, you just need any Brandus belt, so you basically have to run Pot Weaponry like once or twice until you get at least one belt, right? And then you just use it, and then you can make this build. Well, if you have all the other legendaries, of course. Gonna be it for the Grim tools here. Let me show you some of the highlights of the build in-game before he died. Hope you're gonna enjoy these as well. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's why he's like super easy actually. I mean, when it comes to RR, sure, I can tell you like which type of RR doesn't stack with which, etc, etc. I can tell you all of that, probably by heart. When it comes to like damage over time stuff, I don't know like all damage over time abilities by heart, and I don't like know which. I mean, I know some for bleeding. I know like the highest bleeding damage, like bleeding damaging abilities in the game, because I was like kind of interested about that when I made my Rancor Trickster. But other than that, even for electrocute, even though I'm playing an electrocute build right now, I'm not like that good when it comes to like telling you which is like the best electrocute damage ability in the game, etc. Korvaak was like, I don't know, this didn't even feel like a fight, to be honest. I didn't even have to like kite around a lot. Like not at all actually. Armor in Grim Dawn. Armor is actually not bad in Grim Dawn. Like once you have like a certain amount of armor, armor starts to become really good. Pouring hot tea on your face. How are you, man? I hope you didn't put any hot tea on anyone's face today. Welcome to the stream there. So Theodin should be pretty lul, right? Because you can just stack all the totems in his face. You can't stack tea on his face, but you can at least stack the totems. As you can see, he just dies way too fast. I didn't even like... I used the pot there at the last second, but I didn't even have to use it actually. But yeah, Bat is also like really good on casters, right? And this is a caster, so yeah, Bat is really good for casters. If this was a melee build, I would just go for Ghoul instead. I don't think Ghoul is particularly good on this build. I would just use Bat instead. Boss chunk here, let's see what we got here. This Wraith of Sorrows, Jaren the what? Hello? Oh, this guy. Oh, that guy, okay. To be honest, these guys are pretty Omega low compared to Anastasia, right? My main problem right now is I don't deal enough. Oh, Herald of the Stars. Gigalul. I don't deal enough. Like, I don't have enough healing for how much damage I take, right? Or, like, I don't have enough absorb for how much damage I take. So yeah, I need more absorb. So yeah, I need Inquisitor Seal. It's just impossible to do it without Inquisitor Seal. Like, I'm almost dying tired of the stars, are you kidding me? How is this impossible? Pretty terrible. So Hornbooks, good evening, how are you? Yeah, like this time, it doesn't hurt me at all, right? Oh, nice. Wait, is that the one I need? Wait, let me check my stash. Because I was still missing one ring of Alkamos, actually. Alkamos. Uh... Nope. Still the wrong ring. I have 2 anguishes already, but I have 0 torments. Or whatever the other one is called. Anguish number 3 before Dread, actually. Dread is the other one. Unfucking lucky. You need 5. Oh, Malagant farmed this until you had 5 Anguish. No, Malagant had 5 Dread, right? No, you can't transmog it. That's the rarest item in the game. They basically want us to be farm only. Which is understandable. I don't really mind that. But yeah, Mortar Trap would be something I could do actually. Yeah. Shar'Zul? Yeah, I guess he's not harder than... What's it called again? Salil boss, right? Salil Guardian. Let's hope these guys don't like reduce my Aether resistance by too much. That we can just kill them easily. Should still like try to not stand in any of this shit, right? Like, we are not the tankest, but even got the seal, right? Yo, thank you so much for the follow with game stream. Very much appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Oh shit, what is this drop? Mind Warp, Rhyme Tongue, Morgul Mortality? Are you kidding me? That's pretty insane actually. Streamer loot, right? Streamer loot. Okay, let's see how we fare against this snake. The snake. I should just kill him, right? Because our like his fumble doesn't affect us at all. Not really. Don't care about fumble here. Easy clap. Sneaky beaky like. More like she dead. Except for like one guy, I believe. Oh wait, you served to her? Oh. Yeah. She's a nice girl and you like boobs, okay. I didn't say that. Hey, do I ever wanna like take a hit from this guy? I don't think so. I never wanna like take a melee hit from this guy on this character. I just wanna like kite him around. Like his melee smack is gonna hurt a lot, and also, I mean, we can just kite him. Now, before you enter here, you wanna check your freeze resistance, right? And if that is like bad or below, say like when it's below 70, no, like 65%, you just use a hot frost ointment here. Because there are some pretty annoying traps in here, and yeah, you don't wanna like die to traps. Yeah. That's pretty silly. You're going to love this.
You're going to love this. Trust me. What you're seeing now is my normal state. This is a Super Saiyan. And this is what is known as a Super Saiyan that has ascended up to Super Saiyan.
Alright.
You can just call this a Super
Hammer, Monkas. You just kite him around a bit, right? Just kite from like seal to seal. And I need to buff Lokarr. What is this? Kiting an enemy that's less than 100 DPS. I guess. What was his weapon here? Wait. Wait, what? He didn't drop his weapon, he still has it on? What? I can't see it, right? It's white. No, like, I was pressing the button that shows everything. Like, I can't pick it up. Wait, let me a section. No, he missed. No, he didn't miss. Fuck me. A way to end the stream, I guess. As you might have noticed, I had two different setups for this character. First, I was using Stormcaller's Pact and Horn of Gander, and then later I switched over to Inquisitor's Seal and Aura of Censure. I'm gonna post both of those versions down below, but I can already tell you that the Horn of Gander and Stormcaller's Pact version didn't quite like work as well as I initially thought it would. Like, it's in SR, you could see that it was like really squishy, and after that SR run, I switched it over to the Inquisitor's Seal and Aura of Censure. Also, thank you so much everybody for watching. I hope you liked this video. Make sure to give it a like or dislike or a sub. Any kind of feedback is appreciated. Also, if you have any other like questions about the build or anything else about Grim Dawn, feel free to comment down below and I will try to answer all of your questions. I hope to see you also on the next stream.